Yes, I know we just unlocked level 81 gear and the cap level of level 85, but we still should keep in the back of our minds how we can best prepare for the next big step with our character progression. And to be more specific, I'm talking about level 90 with level 86 gear. Most of us are probably still in the process of maxing out our level 81 gear as much as possible, which is totally fine considering we still have like at least a month left of this gear. But I do want to keep you guys kind of in the know in regards to making sure that you are not just spending all of your coins completely, because if you do, you're going to be in a bit of an awkward position once level 86 gear comes available for us. So keep that in mind. But again, it's kind of a balancing act. I'm not saying just don't worry about level 81 gear because we still have a full month or so to be using this gear. So you should still go ahead and progress, but just don't get too anxious, in my opinion, about getting the perfect rolls on every single piece, especially since it might take you some time and coins to get there. Regardless, though, there is some other things we can start doing to make sure that we're prepared once actually level 90 and 86 gear comes available. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the simpler things that most of us should be aware of already, which includes the weekly reset items within the season shop. To be more specific, we want to make sure we are stocking up on this Howling Ore Falcon just so we can enhance most of our gear as much as possible, because we will be needing this resources next milestone as well. Next up, of course, coins are going to be a necessity across the board, not only for upgrading our gear with these Howling Ores, but also just tuning level 86 gear in general. So I do recommend that you spend your stamina to try to stock up on some of these, as well as making sure that you can time it correctly come the first day of level 86 gear, so you can take a stab at crafting some bow and thumb rings and crossing your fingers to actually get some legendary stuff. Additionally, I just like to pick up these weekly jade fish just to get some guild quests completed as well. And also, if you're not a huge fan of going out in the open world and collecting these resources, you could always just drop some jade fish and purchase them yourself. On top of that as well, yes, there is level 81 gear available here. Depending on where your character is, you may or may not want to save some jade fish. But again, if you're still progressing, there's nothing wrong with going ahead and purchasing some of these. Just make sure you have enough of a stockpile here so you can actually hit the ground running once this shop does get reset with level 86 gear related items. Same with this as well. I mean, this resource, keep in mind, is specific to tier 81 gear. So go crazy with it. You don't stress about having like a guarantee or like saving these resources, because you really don't need it, to be honest with you. So I do recommend using it, especially this early on, to max out your level 81 gear set. Plus, you don't have to stress about 86 gear, because once it does come available, there's going to be a new resource that you can use to spend on similar things like this, but for level 86 gear. I do still recommend you stockpile these profession specific resources. I just think it's very useful, and it actually allowed us to craft level 81 consumables, and this will continue to be the trend down the road. If you want to learn more about that, check out the link in the top right corner, just talking about the power of these different professions and why it's actually worth doing this. The other thing I wanted to call out is how we can prepare for actually tuning our future level 86 gear. So most of us already understand that when it comes to unlocking new perks, you can use gear from that same tier. For example, I can use level 81 gear to basically unlock the next tier of perks when tuning weapons, or I can use the tier specific tuning stones just to fill up that meter even more. However, there is a certain type of currency as a certain type of tuning stone, known as this one right here, literally just tuning stone, that will be able to be used as fuel when tuning gear for all tiers. So that includes level 86 gear and onwards as well. There usually are pretty unique ways on how you could actually get these. I've got about 247 of them today, and I do plan on just taking advantage of all the opportunities in the game to try to get even more so I'm in a better position down the road. It does call out that the current ways in regards to obtaining more tuning stones is through the Fireworks Festival through online mode, but there are a few other options in the game as well. I do recommend that you take a look in the events menu and just take a look at all of these. Honestly, you'd be surprised. Even some of like the event specific like shops also have surprises in them, and in some cases you can actually find those tuning stones as well. So just keep your eyes open for those. And in regards to tuning your current level 81 gear, I recommend you just do not use this at all. I mean, I recommend using the tier specific type of tuning stones like this one, just so you can kind of keep it within the level 81 range. Regardless, I mean, once you hit level 86, these are basically going to become pointless anyways. So again, just hang on to these and use these in the meantime. The next thing I did want to call out too is preparing for the level 86 bow and thumb rings you're going to be crafting once that actually unlocks. What I want to call out is take a look at these 3 ingredients for this legendary level 81 bow. We've got timber, we've got frost mushrooms, and we've got beef tendon. If I take a look at the level 71 bow, these 2 actually stay consistent. This one, of course, is still consistent as well, but if you continue to go down this path, you'll see that that middle ingredient ends up changing. I highly recommend that you just make sure you have a decent stack of beef tendons and timber, just so it's ready to go come level 86 gear. Again, this middle ingredient you cannot really prepare for today because it will be a specific region-based material in the new region that is coming next month. So again, you can't fully prepare for this, but you can just make sure you hit down some trees to get some timber and also pick up some beef tendon. Chances are you already have a ton of these anyways if you've been doing the different forts, but if you don't, just make sure you have a decent stack. Again, you don't have to overkill it. I mean, I've got 300 of these and 800 of these, which is more than enough. But again, just have a decent stack so you're ready to go. Same thing with the thumb rings. You can take a look at some of the ingredients here to see what kind of changes between all of them. And there are some consistencies. For example, like raw ore is always used. If you want to make sure you're just in a good spot, it might be a good idea just to pick up some cheap raw ore or just gather it in the open world so you're ready to go once it actually does get introduced into the game. And that really covers it. Again, there's so many different things you can do to prepare for the next level, regardless of what level you currently are in Where Winds Meet. But the biggest thing is just making sure you're ready to go with the amount of gold you're going to need. Higher leveled gear means higher repair costs, higher upgrade costs, and just a whole lot of coins in general. So make sure you are stocking up your coins as much as possible. Thankfully, when it comes to the new region that is coming, there will be a whole lot more treasure chests and quests that you can do to get more quests. But ultimately, there is a good chance that you can actually have a decent stash going into level 86 gear if you just hang on to some of it and just don't overspend it on time sensitive gear, as in like level 81 gear. Again, you don't have to listen to these instructions, right? If you want to just go all out with level 81 gear, go for it. I mean, we still have over a month until 86 gear anyways, but I did want to just include these mentions because it's important to make sure you are aware of what's coming soon. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.